welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be getting our fields ready to be planting some winter wheat. We need to get field 12 split up. We're going to do that into 3 fields. I know Thefisherj was saying that he split his into 6. But I think for me, I want to give myself a set number of fields to hit sort of each month or so, and sort of spread things out a little bit. So what we're going to do is we are going to be getting the field we harvested last time mulched. We've got a little bit of time to get that done today, so that's field 3. Our other 2 fields are mulched, and we need to start getting them cultivated. We also need to get everything scanned today. So what we're going to do is come into here. We're going to get ourselves a hired worker on this field, and as usual we're going to use field work for course play. Field position is there, target position is here like so. And we'll open the course play generator. Number of headlands, 3 seems to be good for this tractor. Start work on the headlands and sharp on the headlands. Yeah, so pretty much the same setup as we had last time. Generate me a course and we are done. So not going to be too bad. It's going to start down that bottom corner there. So let's head down there and get this started off. Yeah, this is going to be pretty good for this. I don't think this is going to take too long to do this, so that's not too bad. And line it up here, first waypoint, and get it to go. And look, we have a female worker heading off, and away she goes. So that will get this field mulched. Doesn't seem to be a massive amount of difference between how it looks now and how it's going to look, although I think these bits will basically get filled in. If we have a look over here though and look at where we are with our fields, let's turn the mulched on. You can see we've got the nice purple of the field being mulched there compared to all of field 12 and all of field 1. So this is our last field we need to get mulched, which is brilliant because we are looking to get our fields turned around and planted with some winter wheat, I think is what we're going to do. First, though, we're going to jump in our 7810 here, and we're going to head down to the shop because there's actually something come up for us, which is quite cool. So I was asked you guys last time in the comments to tell me what you thought of that John Deere seeder, and pretty much unanimously you agreed with me. It wasn't massively realistic for the map, for what we're doing here, and it also isn't going to be very easy to get around the roads here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go for something different. We're probably going to go for either a 3 or 4 meter wide seeder, and it's not going to be a direct seeder either. So we're going to have to prepare the fields first, but that's where our 7810 comes in, because checking the offers this morning, we had something come in which is absolutely perfect. And as you guys know, this doesn't always happen to me. It's the Amazon KG 3001 Super. It's got 60% off it, so it's well within our overall balance, and it's a power harrow. So this is exactly what we want. So we're going to buy this. It's got a few hours on it. How many hours does it have on it? It's 25 months old. It's got 22 hours on it. It's perfect. So, oh no, came out. I meant to actually go buy it. So we're going to buy that. Yes, okay, perfect. Now, it does take us down to not a huge amount of money left, but we do have a couple of aces in the hole. We do have some buildings we still need to sell and get rid of, so we're going to rework the yard a little bit more with those. And hopefully that should give us not only enough money for us to buy a seeder, but also enough money to buy buy the seeds to go in it as well. I also need to talk to you guys about what we're going to do as far as feeding the pigs. So as I said, we're looking to get pigs. By complete fortune, and thanks to the person in the comments who put this in on what the breakdown for mix for pigs is, we have all three main elements to feed the pigs with. What we don't have is potatoes, but we can put a garden in and do potatoes. So, well, potatoes or sugar beets is what we need. So yeah, we will probably get that planted and get that done as well, which will be absolutely perfect. Now, my plan is that we will probably switch tractors at some point and get a seeder so that we can get a field in. We also want to do some work to split field 12, so I need to go and do that as well. Let's pull this into here though, and yeah, field 1, we're gonna get our 7810 out and working. And I need to decide where of our eventual 6 fields we're actually going to be planting stuff. I'm very tempted for field 6 to be one of the ones that we do. I think I want to do that, and I think we want to do probably one of the fields for field 12 with the wheat. But we have got until the end of November to get it planted. If I can get it planted before then, that would be better. But certainly before winter, we want to get that winter wheat in. Something I mentioned earlier is that we are going to need to scan all these fields. We're going to need to get the soil types all worked out. As a result of that, though, we might also have to get some lime on here. So there's a fair amount to do, especially on the winter wheat stuff. Now, this was barley this year, so I kind of want to refrain from putting wheat in here for the next year. This field probably isn't the one that we absolutely want to be getting ready at the moment. But as a test for our piece of kit and for us to try everything out, and as a field that actually is ready for us to have a play around on, it's not too bad. And it's not the end of the world, really, if I do put barley onto here. Well, I'll put wheat onto here, sorry, it having been barley before. What I am going to do, though, I think, is put winter wheat into field 6, as I said. So it's going to be a fairly high priority to get that scanned. This is the point at which a third tractor would be of massive, massive use. And unfortunately, we just don't have the funds for it. It's going to cost us... Well, to get the one I want, as I said before, it could cost us as much as 50,000. We do have alternatives. We have a look in here. We've got, not the mini agricultural pack, sorry, the small tractors. I did get hold of a mod that might be really, really useful on here, and that is this. We could go properly old school. Now, it appears really big in the shop, but we go with the design for this. And yeah, with the safety cab and a front loader attacher, engine setup, I wanted to go for the 3000, but the UK setup, or the European setup, and I wanted to go with the slightly larger wheels. Yep, not the AG versions, those ones. Yeah, so that setup I thought would be pretty good for us in our yard. That would cost us just 8,045. It's not a bad looking mod. Can't select the number plate on it is my only issue with it. But yeah, tell me, what do you think to that? Would that be a good choice for us? Don't know why it's appearing so big in the shop. It is a little bit of an issue. Otherwise, yeah, we're looking at something like the Zebra, I think, is where I'm going to go for that. Alternatively, could go for a little 5110 instead and put a front loader on that for our yard. So there are options, but at the moment, yeah, none of them are affordable. Even that 3000 series, that is completely unaffordable to us. One thing I really like about the UK crop calendar we're using on here is it gives us time to get everything done. I don't feel pressured to have all of my crops that I'm looking to do on here planted by the winter. It means I can spread things out a bit. It means we can spread work out at this end of the year and spread things out across the harvest. So if we pick the right crops, we're in a position where we're able to spread harvest over a few months. We're not rushed for harvest. We get a wet day, it's not the end of the world. It just means things get that little bit easier, especially when you're playing at a 10 times like I am here. It just means that you get that extra day or two where things are doable and you get a nice spread of everything across the year rather than everything sort of being lumped into one small period well, really towards the back third of the year. So I'm very pleased to have that on here. It's going to work out really well for us, and as I said before, should mean that we not only get all these fields ready, but we get the winter wheat in as well, in plenty of time for the winter. And looking at it, our other tractor has finished mulching the field. Time for us to go and see if we can sell some buildings, raise a little bit of money, and maybe grab ourselves a new seeder. So there we go, job all done. Let's start this up and get the county off here, and then we can take this and think about it. It's not the seeder we need first, it's the we need to get these fields scanned. So let's go do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop our mulcher off in the yard. We'll go put in the lean-tos over here. And then I'm going to lease the field scanner. Where can we put this? Let's go here with this. We do need to get this pressure washed, so I'm going to have to give that mulcher a clean later. But right now, actually no, I'll just forget to do it if I don't go and do it now. So we do have pressure washer. We've recently learned the importance of washing all of our equipment. Helps to reduce the wear and tear on everything. So let's pop over here, give this a quick wash. And then that means that that can be put away and we won't need to worry about it until next year, until we get some more crops done. And then we're going to pop up to the shop and grab ourselves the soil sampler. Tractor and mulcher all clean. Let's put that away then, and then back this out. And actually, I'm just going to reverse all the way into the shed, avoiding my fender, and into here like so. Perfect. Right, that goes down. Off it comes, and off to the shop we go. My biggest concern right now is what we need to do to the fields before we can actually get them seeded. We've got 2 fields that are ready to take seeds, but if they need any work, if they need any lime on them, that might be a problem. Let's have a look. There we go. Azaria, 17,000 for that. So we are going to lease it. 867, that's fine. What I'm more worried about is how much it's going to cost us to get the results back from these scans. It may be... Well, I was going to say, it may be that we scan the important fields now, work out where we're going to actually be planting stuff, and then when we've got more money, hire this again and do it then. So let's go do field 6 to start with, and then I think we probably need to start looking at field 12 and seeing where we're going to break it up and where we're going to put our dividing areas in order to, well, plant some wheat in it. Field 6 is our satellite field. It's the one that we managed to win at auction a little while ago. And it looks like actually it has already been limed. That is awesome. We may be able to just go straight in here and put crop in. The fact that the previous owner has limed it for us is brilliant. So let's just... The other thing, of course, we've got is if we find we have an issue with getting this done and getting it or getting our fields in a position where they are ready to be planted, we only need to have one field of winter wheat. We could do a field of winter barley, the biggest spring barley. The biggest problem we've got is that we then don't have the storage space. We're going to be tipping a lot on barn floors if we go with that sort of strategy. Oh, I can get more of this field in with a single bit here. Getting the right position to scan stuff and cost you the least amount of money is a true art form with this piece of kit. You really, really want to be doing as little as possible. Now, of course, the use of precision farming does go a little bit away from the 80s and 90s theme that I've got going on here for our farm. But I do like precision farming. It does add another level of realism to the game. You know, even back then, you still had to deal with your various soil types and how to best farm them. So I don't see it as a big problem from that point of view. And as I said, it does add that little bit more realism, that little bit more challenge as well, which I think on a series where you are doing a start from scratch and you are trying to be fairly realistic, you do want to have that in, even though it may not quite fit the time period for the majority of the machinery we're using on here. It is why, though, we're not using GPS. This GPS was not an 80s and 90s thing. So, yeah, won't see that in this series because of that. Unless, of course, we get towards the end of the series and we do big upgrades to the farm and sort of bring it a bit more modern. I'm currently not planning to do that. I don't think we're going to hit that point with this, but we shall see. At the moment, I'm just happy with the tractors and equipment we've got. It's a really nice setup, I think we're coming up with on here, that we're approaching on here, and I'm enjoying the hell out of using this stuff. Final little bit. There's a tiny chunk not done in the far corner of the field, but I'm not too worried about that. We've got a 99% coverage of field 6, which is perfect. Let's have a look at how much this will cost. We've got 14 samples, so it's going to be £1,400, I think, to get these in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back over to the farm. And I think we're going to try and work out where we want to split field 12 and get that done as well. Back through the farmyard and down to field 12. It is a huge field. Absolutely massive. It's going to cost us a huge amount of money to actually work this out. But we're going to have a look and see where is best placed for us to split this. Now, ideally, yeah, you see, we could do a field. So we've got a roadway into the bottom half here, but that is not going to be a very big field going across there like that. I'm wondering if we go a little bit more odd shaped and take it across there like that. Possibly. I think we'll still be left with a pretty big field down the bottom corner here. If I look to... If we look to actually put a road down the side here. So widen this bit here. Have a pretty big field at the bottom there. How does that compare to other fields? Yeah, so in comparison to field 1... I think we can get a field out maybe from this point. I'm going to go this point here and across. That is about halfway down the field. So no, that's not a good choice. I think here and across. So first bit, landscaping, painting. We're only going to do the rough grass texture for now. We are going to do it fairly big. I think that size is probably our best. And just take that across this point here. That is actually probably bigger than I want to go, but never mind. Right, let's get our... Yeah. Not enough money. I didn't think that that would cost me anything. In the past, on other maps, it hasn't. Drat. Okay. Right. We are going to have to then sell some stuff. Right. Okay. Fair enough. This I did not want to have to do because this is not what we're going to do, in fact. Right. What we're going to do... I am not going to be planting that in field 12. I don't think we can. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to go and, as I said, we're going to go and plant. I think I need to rethink this. Let's go do a bit more of the cultivating while I have a think, and maybe we see what the state of field 6 is. I am a little bit annoyed with myself for that mistake. That was unnecessary and really is going to cause us problems. I mean, I put in the soil samples for analysis on field 6. They have come back. Of course, it's cost us 1,400 to do it, so we're in the negative at the moment. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. And yeah, we need to earn a little bit of money back to do that. Unfortunately, we're not looking at best prices for most of our crops until sort of December, January time, which will be too late to get any winter wheat in. I know that I can sell the sheds and we can get some money in that way. So we might do that. But in general, yeah, we have a little bit of a problem with cash flow, as we always do. Let's have a look at field 6, as I said I was going to. Let's bring up precision farming. And wow, the entire field is silty clay. When we purchased or looked to purchase that, yeah, it did say that. It really did. Wow, that is just, I mean, everything around there is 100% silty clay. That's not a great place. Field 1, yeah, this is our best field, I think. Yeah, it is. It really is our best field. So, yeah, we're going to put wheat into that field, into field 6. It is pretty much prepared for us. I think if we have a look, how is it with everything else? It is looking okay. I think it has been limed. Nitrogen wise, yeah, it's going to need plenty of fertilizer. No yield map on there at the moment, of course. So it's not the greatest field. We did get it for an absolute steal. We got it for 30,000. We are going to have to, though, work fairly hard to get a good yield off it. We might get 100% yield off it if we're all right. Silty clay, not the best land, not the greatest bit. And in fact, looking over that side, looking where our farm is positioned in general, we're not looking at a great yielding farm anyway, because it is all silty clay, mostly. And yeah, up here, this is our best field. This, I do not regret buying field 1 at all. It is absolutely fantastic as a field, and it's going to be our best yielding field for the whole farm. Halfway through, or over halfway through this field, I think, at this point, and this little setup is working well. We've got a good amount of power for this. I think there's 100, because this is the turbocharged version of the 7810. We've got a little bit more power, up to 135 horsepower with it, and as a result, it's pretty able to cope with this piece of work, and makes me very happy to see that. We are coming up to 3:30 in the afternoon, so I'm hoping that the result of that is that we're going to get this done today, and it means that next time we can concentrate on just trying to A, sort out the silly mistakes I made with money today, and B, start getting some crop in the ground, because yeah, if we don't, we're going to have a bit of a problem. Do you want to just check on what the prices for the various crops we have at the moment are? So for wheat, we're looking for a maximum of 732. We're still quite a way off that. For sorghum, we're looking at a max of 943. We're getting there. 835, although British grain is dropping again. 827 at the old watermill. So that's not too bad. And then our last one is not diesel. Oh, yeah. The last one we've got some soybeans. 1,038 for those. They top at 2,226. There is no way, yeah, we're not selling those until July next year, really. In fact, they're probably mostly going to go for pig food, the soybeans, because they, as I said, all three things are part of our mix for the pig feed. So we're going to be holding on to some of that to get them done post-winter. So sort of December time, when we're looking to get the pigs, after we've sold that first batch crop, is when we're going to be looking at doing that. And so I've got to make sure that I keep enough crop back to feed them as well, because we want to make sure that we're at least doing well enough with that until harvest time again. I'm going to take the opportunity here with the longer part of this field pretty much done to sort of fill in this top headland here. It means that we then don't have to come all the way back around the top of the field here, and while we're doing these longer strips, it just kind of makes sense. So best way to do that is to come around here and line up to the end here, go along this headland here, and then back, and we should then have this end of the field all complete. Good to see that taking the front wheels of the tractor up to the edge of the field basically gives me 1.5 widths of our cultivator. So we want to, or our power harrow. It's a power harrow, so that it's fairly easy for us to deal with. And yeah, round a little bit to fill in the corner as usual. Bring that down and up to the corner, and then again we turn around and go back, and that's then this headland done, and we don't have to come back and deal with it. And hopefully we can close off bits of the field or bits of the headland like this as we're going across the field. So the next thing would be to try and do the next headland as we finish off the smaller section of the field, and then we just need to go along the main edge towards the entrance to the field to finish things off. Just gone 5:30, and being October, the sun is setting. We are not far from the end of this field, but we should get it completed tonight, which is great news. However, I think this is probably a good place for us to finish for today. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.